staticky right now. Hey lovelies! Okay, so here it is. Hashtag Sober Friday. Another update, and it is, oh my god, day 70. Holy crap. Let me tell you something. I did not actually think I was going to get to day 70. Iced coffee, I love it. This is my new addiction, by the way. So I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke. Thank you, coffee. And just so we're clear, it's not always Starbucks coffee in there. Sometimes it's other coffee that's in there. It's like, I have this pumpkin spice coffee that I bought, and I love it. And I still have like 2 bags of it because it was on sale. So yeah. Starbucks is sold out of pumpkin spice, but Samantha Lozon isn't. So, day 70. Holy fucking shit. I have to be completely honest and tell you that I did not think that I was going to make it to day 70 this week. So many things went wrong this week. First of all, my dogs have decided that the tree skirt that I put on the Christmas tree, where else would I put it, that cost $70 fucking dollars, is a great place to pee. So the Christmas skirt that used to be white is now a golden yellow color. Thanks. But that, I mean, listen, I'll tell you something, and I know that I sound weird when I say this, but my dogs, the reason why my dogs don't get in trouble for peeing in the house is because my dogs generally will pick a specific place and pee there. Now, all of my electronics are very close to the floor. My Xbox One is right there. My PS3 is down there. My Wii is down there. And they've never peed on those. I want to knock on wood, but I don't think, oh, there, my coffee table's real wood. Knock on wood. They've never peed on those. They've peed on the floor by the couch. They've peed on the bath mats in the bathroom, but never there. And so I don't get mad at them for that. And I know that that's weird. You should. And another thing is that I don't actually catch them doing it. They usually do it at night. And the rule by Cesar Millan is that if you don't catch a dog doing something, you can't discipline it because then it doesn't know what you're disciplining it for. And so, well, my dogs are smart enough to do it while I'm sleeping, so they know they're not going to get in trouble. So yeah, so that's the first thing. Second thing, I saw this house in Montreal that I was gaga for. 2-bedroom, 4,800 square foot backyard, fenced in, and this apartment near Montreal. Not Montreal, Montreal, Mount Royal. And I had gone to see the apartment and I loved it so much, and I had had a little anxiety about the house because I had seen that not only was the house for rent, it was also for sale. And the thing is that I'm moving my entire life to Montreal. I didn't want to move into a house and then have it sold out from underneath me and then me have to move. Right? That would have been really scary. So yeah, so I applied for the apartment on Cedar Avenue, and I needed a cosigner, so I got a cosigner, my friend Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. And she cosigned for me. She's got great credit, and then all of a sudden the thing came back, and it's like, you're not approved. Your credit sucks, and her credit sucks. We have to put the apartment back on the market. So I decided to finally, like, you know, put my tail between my legs and called the house up. And when I had messaged the house, they had told me that it was rented. So while I was waiting for this apartment to come through, thanks Luke, you piece of shit, because it took him, by the way, I was supposed to find out on Monday. I didn't find out till Tuesday evening. So I should have followed my gut because my gut said on Monday that I should contact the house, and I didn't. So I lost the house, I lost the apartment, and then my brother from another mother, Andrew, who I was supposed to hang out with on Tuesday, all of a sudden out of nowhere was like, let's go on a road trip. And I was like, ugh. See, like road trips and anything unexpected with my anxiety is really hard for me. Anyone that knows me, any of my close friends know that everything has to be planned out. And it's not because I'm a diva or anything like that. It's that having high anxiety, my mind goes through so many different variations of what could go wrong during this trip that stuff that is at the last second is really hard for me to do. It's really hard for me to do that kind of stuff. And so, oh, I don't think I took my pills today. Okay. Squirrel. So Tuesday he's like, let's go on a road trip. And I was like, okay. And so he's like, let's go to Hamilton or maybe even Niagara Falls. And it was funny because from his text messages, I could kind of feel that he was leaning towards Niagara Falls. And if there's anyone that I trust going out with, it's definitely Andrew. And it's not like my anxiety doesn't have a thing about trust. It's just that I trusted going with him. I know that Andrew has my best interests at heart, and Andrew is probably one of the most genuine and honest people I've ever met in my life. And so I know that he has my safety and my best interest at heart, but still very anxious. So because I'm making such a big move in my life, I thought it's time to maybe face my anxiety just once and not let it control me. And I almost said no to Andrew, and then I was like, okay, let's go. And I knew he was leaning towards Niagara Falls. So we ended up going for an impromptu ride to Niagara Falls. We went to, here's what, so apparently they were having their Christmas party the day that we went to Niagara Falls. So almost everything was closed, but we did have a little bit of fun playing Dance Dance Revolution. Here's the video.
This is beginner.
Shit.
This is better.
It's not recording because of my big tranny feed.
Or kill ourselves.
Welcome to Niagara Falls.
I'm also holding up my pants here.
My up button doesn't work.
Okay, it moves. Sorry, Paloma, look at that.
Fuckery.
That one wasn't as bad as the first one. That first one was like, oh my god.
Tell me it's done.
I'm beating you at dancing.
No!
There we go. Found our song.
Final stage, okay.
Okay, good. Oh my god.
Let's just get those out. Hey game, hi game. Okay, tell me that wasn't fun. Oh my god, it was so much fun. And yeah, so we came back and, you know, I felt really good facing my anxiety the way I did, and it was such an awesome day. Thank you, Andrew, for that. I needed it. So yeah, so just couple of things just weren't going right this week. And then I don't like to take things lying down. I mean, I like to take some things lying down. Just saying. But I don't like to take things lying down. I like to be very proactive about everything. I like to get everything done and out of the way. I decided that I was going to start looking on Kijiji for a new apartment and contacting a couple of them while we were driving. I felt really bad because Andrew and I were talking and we were conversing, but I was still like doing this online because I wanted to get out of the way, because I desperately wanted to move out of here before the end of January. I wanted to move out February 1st. It was my goal. It's what I wanted to do. And so I was being very proactive about it. It's the middle of December. I wanted to be respectful to my landlord, because they were so good to me with what happened with my ex-boyfriend and everything. So I wanted to be, you know what I mean? I wanted to be on the ball for them. And I ended up contacting this one condo for rent in Laval. And the person got back to me, I think the next day, and we were talking, and they asked me to call, and I called, and I now have an apartment in Montreal. I am terrified. But at the exact same time, I am so disturbingly and genuinely excited to announce that it is 100% official. I will be moving to Montreal as of February 1st. My landlord, I've already paid first month's rent. My landlord has told me that I can move in immediately if I choose to. So that's really great.
Excited.
I go down January 7th. I cannot believe that I have... I can't believe that I have an apartment in Montreal right now. I can't believe that I'm moving. It's all so surreal, but so needed. Yeah. I'm a little scared. I'm a little nervous. I'm everything about it. But I feel as though I need this in my life. Listen, it's the holiday season, and the holidays are not easy when it comes to sobriety. I mean, look, here's the thing. The thing about being an alcoholic is that, you know, any day can be a bad day. And it doesn't have to be the holidays. It doesn't have to be a birthday or an anniversary. Any day can be a bad day if you're an alcoholic. And the reality of it is that while I may not be drinking anymore, and while I did quit the way I did, I will still label myself an alcoholic. And I think that by labeling myself an alcoholic, even if it's just to myself, and of course to you watching, I feel as though that holds me a lot more accountable to my actions. And that means something to me. My word means something to me, and I hope that it means something to you. You know, I quit doing drugs a long time ago, and I do mean like a long time ago. But I still call myself an addict because while I don't crave drugs and while I don't want to do drugs anymore, I still did a lot of them, and I still think that, you know, once an addict, you are always an addict, and you have to remind yourself of that. And while I may not be addicted to drugs anymore, I certainly have other vices like coffee. I think that's it, just the coffee. It's still a drug though, just so we're clear, it's still a drug. And so, yeah, I think that my owning it changes a lot of stuff. I think it's just like being transgender. You know, I once had someone pose the question to me, if you had reassignment surgery, what would you do then? And I asked them to clarify, and they said with regards to gender. And I said, you know, I will always call myself a transgender woman, whether or not I've had reassignment surgery, because there is a power in owning that label, and it teaches other people to own the label as well and to have a certain level of pride in it. You know, we're taught that being an alcoholic or a drug addict, there's something wrong with that. Instead of looking at the root cause as to why I was an alcoholic or as to why I was a drug addict, we don't do that. We're so busy shaming people. The moment that they open up about being something, we shame them and we shut them down. It's that quick. Instead of, you know, having a sort of ownership of it and a powerfulness to it. For me, look, I get shamed all the time, and I get shamed because I'm tattooed. I get shamed because I have a nose ring. I get shamed for a whole bunch of a plethora of things, and I still stand tall and proud and own these things. Yes, I am an alcoholic. Yes, I am a drug addict. Yes, I am a transgender person. You know, none of these things define who I am as a person. None of them. My being transgender is just about my gender. It's not my sexuality. It's not anything other than that. My being an alcoholic or my being a drug addict, they are parts of my personality. Unfortunately, I was born with an addictive personality, and therefore I get addicted to things very easily, whether it's love or whether it's a drug or whether it's alcohol. I get addicted very easily to anything that will make me feel good. Shopping, any of those things. And so, you know, listen, whatever coping mechanisms that we decide to use as alcoholics or drug addicts or whatever, it's valid. You know, it's valid. You're valid. You as a person are valid. And whatever you're doing to cope is also valid. And don't let anyone tell you any differently. You know, like I said, around the holidays, it can be really difficult to be sober. I text messaged my sister and asked her to have some non-alcoholic beverages available for Christmas. This is classy. Asking my sister to have non-alcoholic beverages available is about being proactive in my sobriety. And you should be able to do the same. If you're going to a Christmas party and it's friends that are throwing it, then why not message them ahead of time and say, look, I'm not drinking, but you know, I really enjoy Sprite Zero. Do you think maybe I could either bring some or would you get some to have on hand? I told my sister I liked pink lemonade. It's one of my favorite things ever. And I could drink like liters and liters and liters of it. So she was like, yeah, no problem. I'll get the sparkling kind. And I was like, yay. So it's just about being proactive with the things that are going on. I want you to succeed in whatever you decide to do. As I always say the same thing, if my video makes you not want to drink, that's awesome. If my video makes you want to drink, well, then that's awesome too. Whatever choice you're making is totally awesome and okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm babbling now. Just a little bit. So I'm going to sign off the same way I always do, by thanking you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to share this couple of minutes with you, whether it is at work, at home, on your way home, on your way to work. I appreciate that because, like I always say, you know, the most valuable thing that we have in life is our time. And for you to give me your time to watch my videos, I hope that in somehow I've repaid you with my openness during my video here, during my update. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, don't forget that you can comment down below. Tell me about your sobriety story or your alcoholic story, one of the two. It doesn't really matter. If there's something about sobriety that you want me to talk about, a certain thing that you would like me to discuss, then please comment and I will absolutely talk about it. Don't forget to share this with your friends, family, and coworkers, and of course, a couple of people that you just don't fucking like. Okay. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I love each and every one of you so very much during this holiday season. I hope that you are safe, and I hope that you get every single thing that you need and a few of the things that you want. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. And I will catch you, as always, on the flip side. Bye.